What would you say everyone here's most dragon-like behavior is?
Ooh, that's interesting. Probably the fire breath, which I use on my enemies. All the people who displease me, I just kind of burn them down to their bones. What about you?
I feel like I'd have to go with hoarding.
Yeah.
Like, hoarding's the easy one.
I'm an anti-hoarder.
I have so many little collections all over the place.
Yeah, I have many little piles of stuff that have matching themes and that I've collected over time and that I am possessive of.
I would have to agree because I've recently finished scanning around 6,000 individual trading cards to catalog my collection. Wow. And now I've entered the long and arduous task of organizing them.
I was trying to think what hoard defines me, and it's probably the fact that I have 1,026 different species of shiny Pokemon with only 86 shiny Pokemon species left to collect.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I am 92.3% of the way there. That is quite a hoard.
You are really hoarding in your lair. I guess I realized while you were talking that I am in fact a small folk is what's happening. I think my partner is a dangerous, deadly dragon with many riches, and I'm just walking around our apartment and be like, do you need anything? Can I dust? Can we polish this? I'm just a little goblin.
He's just a little guy.
I am Austin Yorsky, though. We're introducing ourselves this season every episode. Patreon.com/Austin Yorsky is where you can get bonus podcasts for just $1. Our YouTube channel has a playlist of all the different seasons, including Shard Point, which you should be able to enjoy in a much fuller way now. Anything else? I hear if you're on Apple Podcasts and you rate the show, the algorithm will recommend us more. I don't know how that works. I just assume that's true because people I respect say it. So 5 stars. Couldn't hurt. Austin Yorsky, that's me. Who else is here?
So, like, normally I've been going next because we're going in, like, the age gap of our characters of seniority.
I see no reason to change
Hop
that.
Is claiming to be the leader, so I think maybe Laura should actually be going first.
No, I'm pretty sure being the leader doesn't change the fact I'm the middle sibling. I'm not suddenly older than you.
It just feels like it would be, you want one leadership role, you want maybe the other one as well.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, I'll use my
leading from
position
the back is not a very brave
I'll
thing.
use my position of leadership to say we go with oldest first.
You can tell. I'm looking at our Apple reviews now. We have a great score, 4.9 out of 5 after 168 ratings. We stay winning. But I should start reading some of these because they're very nice. As you listen to D&D podcasts more, you learn why this one is the best. They know how to approach this as a medium for honest storytelling. Thank you, Faith and Valor.
Well, having heard those nice words, I guess I'll go first. Not because you lot told me, but because that review was so nice. Hi, I'm Laura. I'm playing Doc Hop, who collects all sorts of trash that has sort of sentimental value. I'm found at Laura K. Buzz all over the internet. I do content largely about video game accessibility. Just search Laura K. Buzz, you find all the things I do. There you go. That's me taking the lead. Here we go.
Well, that is Doc Hop, the Steel Dragon Warlock, but I'm going to need to know all your items.
Oh, I opened my character sheet in the wrong program and it's not letting me see my whole list. Will it let me see my whole list? Yeah, it will. I have a trash bag of holding, an out-of-date pop-up book of goblin history. I have a spooky magic blue bottle, which we learn is a genie bottle. I have a toothbrush that may or may not have magical abilities. I have a lucky plush rabbit's foot. And apparently I have Nerol's disc, so...
Wild.
Apparently that's in my bag now.
Hey, I'll go next then. This is Quinn. You can find me a lot of places at Rolo T. I have a manga podcast called Weekly Manga Recap that you can support on Patreon, or you can also just be cool and follow the Blue Sky account that I created for it recently. So if you're looking for fun manga content, it's a cool place to go. And I am playing this season DiCaprio Devereaux. She is a diamond dragon, a wizard. And my section of my little item list is not looking so great. I have my, portfolio that I cast spells from and my zipper costume rack. But my trapezoidal 3-dimensional little guy was exploded. and my M4 was stolen. So I really need some items this arc. I really need to find some shit because I
mean, if you want to hang on to the nuke, you're welcome to. I will hand it over.
DiCaprio might angle for that because she is like, damn, I am like really falling behind right now.
Don't you have your new sunglasses?
Oh yes, I do have my sunglasses. So did that not save, or maybe it only saved in the level 20 sheet? Yes, I have my new sunglasses that they're Gucci sunglasses, I believe, and they give me skill check bonuses.
Yeah, pretty great. All right. Hi, I'm Dan. I'm not a content creator. You're not going to find me online. I've been recently collecting vintage pinup trading cards. So if you want to just send me a message about that on Discord, you can. You can find me in the Dice Funk Discord where people chat about the show. There's, I guess, a plug for Austin then. I'm playing Rex, the Red Dragon. As for my magical items, I have my Ring of the King, which lets him bypass the toughness or hardness or resistances of an object or person and just blast through them. And the Crown of the Beast King, which allows me to summon a familiar. I had a nuke. I no longer have a nuke. I've been nuclearly disarmed. I don't know how you would say that. I've got a regular anvil.
It's your childhood anvil.
It's not magical.
It's sentimental.
I also don't know if I'm necessarily carrying this with me as the regular human size.
Look, if we hadn't all gotten into a scuffle last time, I'd just be offering to hold everything in the bag that would make it not be heavy, but...
There have been a couple of miscellaneous items that don't have any abilities that we brought up, like the toothbrush, and I think, DiCaprio, you took a giant's fur coat from the castle of
did
the
I?
intro.
Should I?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put that in there.
It has no meaningful benefit, but I did write it down for completeness' sake. If 20 episodes later you use it for something,
I need an item to put this base magic cursed item in, so maybe it's gonna be a giant cursed fur coat.
Maybe just like American Gangster.
I did also steal a storm giant king's throne, so I've got that going for me. Besides that, not really much anything else unless I'm missing something. According to my sheet, I've got a backpack, a crowbar, a hammer, 10 pythons, 10 torches, a tinderbox, 10 days of rations, a water skin, and 50 feet of rope.
Sure, that's normal D&D character stuff. Do you think they had that in the recently released Dungeons & Dragons movie? Like, was Chris Pine carrying around 20 feet of rope?
Wasn't there some level of a joke about that at some point? About like being like, oh, thank goodness we have like this 20-foot rope or something like that to get across this gap.
Yeah, if they did, that's very funny, and I get full credit for that. But it's like one of those things. Yeah, you just assume people have some like camping supplies in your backpack or whatever. 10 minutes in, we start the episode. The three of you are flying to the mountain. That is the lair of the beryl dragon Enobarbus. We've discussed who he is a little bit at the end of the last episode. We can refresh, we can touch base, but right now you're flying through the clear blue sky in your big dragon forms. The three siblings. Anything you want to say or do before you get to the mountain and the mission begins?
Yeah, I guess there's the point of order for the audience, since we wanted to discuss about this, how Hop has told our shared father that Rex was hiding a magical nuke and thus gotten the leadership role and gotten him in trouble. I was originally under the impression that Rex was basically about to go to dragon jail or some equivalent, which led to my role-playing in the last episode. So I guess
the joys of role-playing in a setting we're making up as we go along. Sometimes two players will just have very different opinions of what they're doing. I had no intention of major serious consequences. I was just viewing this as like sibling that's annoyed of being poked a little bit too much, like tattling to a parent to be like, nah.
Sure, and this could be just a thing where you two snipe at each other for like 20 minutes and then we move on. It's not a big deal. Or it could be the seeds of a great rift that ends with you two, fighting in the rain on top of a mountain at some point or something. So it's all up to you.
Fair enough. Rex is going to say, I guess as they're flying, he's going to turn his head to DiCaprio and go, "You realize we're not going to be infiltrating a fancy gala. You're going to have to be wearing work clothes that might get dirty."
Sometimes if you incorporate the idea that it's going to get dirty into the act, you can actually make a more beautiful piece of art, Rex. Trust me, an artist is coming prepared.
Oh, is that you saying that dirty things can be beautiful?
If it's intention behind it, perhaps. There are some things that are just wearing garbage.
Hop is writing this down for later. Just making a note of it.
Up ahead of you, you see the great mountain of Enobarbus. It is a gemstone riddled piece of geography. You've never seen anything quite like it before. Large sheets of emeralds, morganites, aquamarines, all the various colorful gems seem to be jutting out of the ground at all strange angles, not formed by any natural process. So I think everyone in this call knows how gemstones are formed by pressure. That's just not what's happening here. This mountain is just exploding with colorful gems, clearly from the outside. I heard Quinn make a fun little remark there. You goof. You're smart.
I was told it was when angels cry.
No, that's when we deserve to die.
I went to Catholic school. I might believe a lot of things are still responsible by Jesus.
Oh yeah, the devil put all these gems here to test your faith. I assume you're gonna land a little bit of a distance away, take your level 1 forms, and walk up. You can see a little bit of activity. You know that the small folk here are dwarves who live inside the mountain. Maximus has some history with them, but they're walking around. You can see them pickaxes. They go in and out of various tunnels as you approach.
I was gonna say we also are sometimes trying to remind ourselves of fit checks for our characters. And I only want to bring this up because I am picking a very specific outfit for DiCaprio this time. Austin, I don't know if this fits thematically in the world you're intending, but I want to do this. Did you look through all of my proficiencies on my character sheet, Austin?
I thought I did, but now I'm nervous. You have a gaming proficiency, right?
I have one tool proficiency for holodeck dueling.
Yeah, I did see that.
So my outfit this time for DiCaprio is going to be inspired after the Dragon Master himself, Seto Kaiba, and I got my dual disc device strapped to my hand.
I'm just going to drop a little something immediately after that for reference. Austin, could you describe what you're about to see?
Oh no, it's a video you've sent me of someone with a huge sheet of blue eyes white dragons, it looks like.
Oh, I've seen this before, yeah.
It's a blinged out Seto Kaiba cosplay.
Yeah. Wow, this person has like thousands of dollars of cards and jewelry on. So is this DiCaprio's look?
I'm not quite that gaudy. There is more of an elegance. I am playing more to the high fashion that Yu-Gi-Oh! For some reason had. Like, characters served looks at times, so...
Tasteful Seto Kaiba.
Tasteful Seto Kaiba. I'm still riding around in a dragon jet, but I don't have chains covered in it.
Chic Kaiba. Okay. Yeah, I actually saw someone in the Discord because people know Dragon season is coming, but it's still like 2 months. So I saw a little bit of people like guessing, elements of the season. And someone said, "What if the dragons, one of the dragons hoard the holodeck cards, our in-universe kind of Yu-Gi-Oh thing?" Which isn't exactly happening, but definitely in that space.
Yeah.
The more we're talking about this, the more this is making me want to go get off of the shelf the physical holodeck cards I have over at my shelf.
Yeah. I feel like, Laura, if you hadn't have done, what are they called? Oh, fuck. I just lost the Little Mermaid term. You know, sporting goers.
Oh,
What does she call them?
Dinglehoppers.
Dinglehopper. Yeah, Dinglehoppers. You easily could have done anher Yu-Gi-Oh card
I mean,
character.
in hindsight, the fact that I could have been a Yu-Gi-Oh card hoarder and didn't is, deeply, deeply bad for me.
Look.
But
Laura, there is a season in an alternate universe where you do get to be that Yu-Gi-Oh wizard, and I do get to play the Cookie Monster Dragon, and we just get to have a great time.
hey, if you want to be the Cookie Monster Dragon when I do Space Train season, and also I'll put Holodeck back in, it'll be the season.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
it would be a great bit. It would take a lot of a lot of commitment to pull off. But if every character Laura does from now on eventually turns into a Yu-Gi-Oh wizard, but you never see it coming exactly, it's always like a very twist that makes sense in hindsight, but isn't upfront.
Austin, don't try me.
Okay, you're right.
20 sessions as a barbarian, then one day they're just like, I've started to play this game Hollow Duel a lot, actually.
Yeah. That's how Laura wins. The season ends. She has beaten us when she reveals Yu-Gi-Oh. Sorry, we have to get to the dragons.
Yeah,
you're approaching the mountain.
Remind us, what's this place we're trying to get into via work disguises?
Yep, so this is the mountain lair of Enobarbus, the beryl dragon. You're here. I mean, you're going to be at every location for the same reason this season. You are basically spies or weapons inspectors. Your dad has delegated to you the responsibility to make sure all of the citizens of the Cookie Mountains are following the GLADYS Accords, which is to say that no one has artifacts they are hoarding for themselves. Artifacts being indestructible magic items of unique magical power.
And this place is some sort of work site, correct?
I think someone crit on
That was
Barbus
me.
information. Yeah, so I think if you ask Max, he can fill you in that about the dwarves. In fact, I do want your in-character explanation of the dwarf situation going on here. Laura just posted the Yu-Gi-Oh card Beryl Dragon. I gotta say, last episode I think I spelled Beryl 3 times out loud because I was so self-conscious about being misunderstood. But yeah.
So to remember, let me just before I say it in character for my own memory, he is hoarding the ancient forerunner tech from the pre-apocalypse. I believe he's having the dwarves attempt to repair it. Is that correct?
Yep, more or less. The dwarves are basically artisans that he employs to repair and try to recreate ancient technology that he hoards.
Yeah. All right. I'll have Rex say that in a second. First, Rex's fit check. I think he is literally just wearing his apprentice work clothes from probably 50 years ago or what have you, however long it was. When he was doing his training, but they are obviously not up to date with the new whatever style or uniform that they were eventually replaced with. So they look vaguely correct, but it's how would I put it? Like seeing a prison jumpsuit that's still stripy and black and white.
Oh, okay, so really out of date.
Yeah. You know what it is when you're looking at it, presumably, potentially these dwarves here, but they're going to be well, something's not right here. That's a bit odd. Rex is going to say, Enobarbus collects old broken tech from the old world. He tries to fix it up, has the dwarves always working on it. That's why he needs them there, because they're good at smithing. They can make the little parts. And I think he cuts the gems into things for it, too. I don't know. I didn't really understand that part.
Yeah, that internship really worked out.
He was
Gems
there
are
for
involved.
this. He was smithing. He wasn't making the lasers work.
I want it to be noted, DiCaprio seems distracted looking at Rex right now and his outfit.
In terms of fit check, I think Hop is going to go for the approach of act as if you're meant to be there, and the magical powers that come from a high-vis jacket and some confidence.
I fucking knew it.
Yeah. So Hop is going with the approach of I'm here doing nebulous inspections. I have a clipboard. I have a fluorescent jacket. I'm just going to be confident enough that everyone, doesn't question why I'm there, but they're all acting on their best behavior in case,
Okay, let's do a roll. At this point, I think deception to just walk in as if you belong there.
I get advantage on deception because of my out-of-date pop-up book of goblin history.
So I do also have an ability here. From my background, clan crafter, which is why I took this. This is part of my backstory, which is respect of the stout folk, which makes me as respected as clan crafters are among outsiders. No one esteems them quite so highly as dwarves do. You have free room and board in any place where shield or gold dwarves dwell. I just reduce that to dwarves, and the individuals in such settlement might vie among themselves to determine who can offer you and possibly your compatriots the finest accommodations and assistance.
Perfect. Yeah, I think that feature is going to be useful this arc. I will say, Laura, you rolled a 22 on our roll 20 here.
Yep, thanks to my having advantage. That would have been a 9, but 22 is pretty good.
1 second. My sheet is saying that I have no skills, which is incorrect.
Does that sound incorrect?
For flavor, I think Hop is flipping through the Goblin history book looking for like illustrations of people who have been who've been inspectors in the past, just looking for little details to copy down.
It sounds like we have 2 consequences here. For the 22, Doc Hop is going to lead the party up the mountain, and no one is going to stop or question you. A couple people raise a hand as if in greeting, but most people seem concerned with their own business, and no one accosts you in any meaningful way. And then we have Rex Maximus's feature, which is going to come into play deeper into the mountain. But before we get inside, I see Dan has rolled a 6. You just want to tell me about your dice there?
I thought we were all rolling for the deception.
6 and 22, the group passes, so.
I don't.
DiCaprio, you want to fuck this up for us?
I don't feel like that's a good thing for me to do. I don't. Do I have to, Mom?
I don't think you should have. Look, I don't think you should have to. I think the only reason you would do so is if you were trying to fuck things up for Hop as like a character choice.
Oh no! To be clear, DiCaprio is not attempting to like sabotage anything. She is a little bit peeved at the situation, but she is not. She also believes that she herself has a reputation she needs to uphold about like doing a mission well. So she is not trying to sabotage.
Well, that's good then. We'll let my deceptiveness carry.
I like that, yeah. So the scene is Rex is being almost like maliciously compliant with your 6, or you're just kind of walking up the mountain making no particular subtle moves here in a way that could have blown this. But Hop is so confident that you all just bluster through, and then DiCaprio, you were like a neutral observer of this dynamic. As you go up the most obvious path to an entrance into the mountain, you see a large emerald overhanging above you, and the sun glints off it in a kind of blinding way. Can I get perception checks here at the mouth of this tunnel?
10.
15.
19.
15 and 19 succeed. Rex, there's light glinting off of this huge emerald, which is normal to you, but it is glinting in a strangely unnatural way. And with the highest score, you perceive that you are being watched from above.
Rex will make note of that and kind of like jab an elbow, maybe a little bit too sharply into Hop's side, and jerk a finger at like the blinking light off of it, and say and whisper, "It's watching us."
That's fine. We just got to give it nothing of note to see.
So it's a pretty long walk here, but like the size of, especially when you're in your level 1 humanoid form with your little legs, it takes you, 20 minutes to walk the length of this path once you start feeling watched. In that time, do you say or do anything, or is your intention to just continue on without interacting with the source of the observation?
I think Rex is probably going to be seeing how much of this place he recognizes and probably be commenting on it. Like, oh, that's where there was a cave in there about, 200 years back. Took 3 days to dig out the miners that were in there. I think some got left behind.
And how micromanaged are operations around here?
Austin, how micromanaged are operations around here?
I would say that that's an interesting question. I hadn't really nailed down into stone yet. Well, that's a really mixed metaphor. What do you all think? I think that probably insight would be correct here.
Yeah, that's fair. I think the question the Hop's trying to get at is like, is being watched new, and is this like a we should this is definitely pinpointed and following us specifically, I guess.
Yeah.
Insight.
13.
4. You know what? I'm gonna use the lucky feature for the first time, just because I wanna try it out and add a d20 to that result. It's a 6 now.
Nice.
Oops.
Good
It was
job.
worth a go. I got a couple more luckies in the pocket. It's fine.
I am also going to use a feature. I'm going to use my Gucci glasses to give myself proficiency in insight. So the sunglasses will change like a different shade, maybe like a lightish green, and I'm going to roll a 10. Not much better, but still average.
Wow, yeah, the party only gets average 10 and 13, so not particularly well. I will say, here's my pitch to you all, is that you just haven't been paying close enough attention to know what the relationship between Enobarbus and his small folk is. Only Rex has spent significant time here, and you're a self-involved guy. So
Yeah.
you were really thinking about your own stuff. So I would say the relationship is kind of unclear to you. You've seen dragon small folk relations on a wide spectrum, from outwardly cruel to like mostly fine, if maybe a little weird. And right now you're just not sure, and you'll need to investigate more.
Okay. I think Hop's going to sort of quietly say to the other two, with what we currently know, like obviously disagree if you will, but I feel like trying too hard to investigate how much we're being investigated might be the thing that draws attention to the fact, that something's out of place. Does that seem about right?
I say we just break into his lair, or break into his inner horde, find if he's got anything, and get out.
That's an interesting thing to say out loud. I'm going to roll something.
Quietly.
I'm just going to roll something. Laura, I think I'm going to roll something. Only a 12. The wind was really howling. I couldn't hear you over the sound of the gale over this cliff. Damn.
I will have it noted that DiCaprio is just kind of intentionally being silent in this moment. I guess I can't have my character be drinking from like a martini glass or something like that as we're going around. I guess we're trying to lay low, but like I want her to have the energy of somebody who does just have like a drink in their hand and seems like they are kind of nonchalantly going through things.
I could probably just tell them that I got called in to do some specialty work for them, and see if I can just bluff my way past.
I think that's a pretty reasonable idea. It'd mean splitting the team, but
Or I could call you my assistants.
I mean, I have the clipboard. Assistants have clipboards, right?
In some situations, I do think so. Yeah. I mean, I'm all for it. Hop, you're the one leading this call, so you need to be the one to make this decision.
Yeah, I think Hop's approach to trying to identify where where we would need to be going is looking for essentially conveyor belts, and if they are taking things in a specific direction, like are all the conveyor belts sort of leading to one place ultimately?
Wow, we're assuming a lot about the conveyance system. Okay,
I don't know what the
scene.
conveyance system is. I don't know. The dwarves who are handing things to each other in a line, like the peasant rail gun, are they doing so in a direction?
Okay, so here's the scene. You all are walking up a mountain path. Ahead of you is the tunnel into the mountain. You can enter it if you would like to just walk in. Above you hangs a enormous emerald jutting out of the mountain, which is having some kind of play on the light. You can't quite understand with your current rolls, and around you there are dwarves going about their business. Because of your great rolls, none of them do anything.
Okay.
The tunnel lies ahead of you. seemingly unguarded.
Rex, you would know. Is there? We got to think about security here on the way in.
Rex was like a willing guest last time he was here, so he'll say, I was working here under Enobarbus' permission. Do you think I remember if there was security?
Okay. That's fair. Okay. I like your plan, Rex, of us as assistants. I think we go for it.
Yeah, so then I guess the what Rex will probably do is he's gonna look for like a foreman or something, right?
Perfect.
He's gonna look to a foreman and effectively introduce himself. I think probably the way that I guess signifies he's like a quote unquote a clan crafter. He's probably got some sort of like insignia on his work clothes or what have you. He's gonna walk up to a foreman and go, excuse me, are you in charge here?
The dwarf you're speaking to, I should say, just a kind of unremarkable middle-aged dwarf who has, a sapphire in one hand, is looking at it maybe through a loop, trying to figure out if it's good for whatever he's working on. He points up at the emerald above you.
I assume you're referring to Enobarbus then?
Yes.
Okay. Are you in charge of this designation of dwarves around you?
I am not.
Alright, this is gonna be difficult. Okay, hi. I'm here on a, let's say, a task for your master. I've been called in to do some work for him.
Okay, fun. Deception roll.
Can I attempt to help the deception by looking confident and official?
Absolutely, yeah. I didn't know we were going to have two deception rolls so early. Intimidation and deception are the two we so rarely use in this show because we're all nice people who don't like lying and hurting feelings.
May I help as well?
I got a 7.
Oh,
Well, I got a 34 because I used a lucky to add to it and I added a crit onto it. 34.
what the fuck? Okay, so I like this because the way the scene out is playing is Max, you start taking a kind of leadership role. You just are, taking the charge. You're speaking confidently. You're kind of big dogging this guy. And he's giving you fucking nothing. I am, conscious of how that might seemed like I was being an unhelpful, storyteller with you there. But that's just that guy was just not very verbose. But with this crit, Doc Hop steps forward. And what do you do here? Because there's a very dramatic crit consequence, quote, positive. But what is it about you, Hop, that gets this reaction?
Clipboard says I'm supposed to be here.
Gosh, I'm trying to think of how I want to do this.
Because it's such an interesting thing, because we started the episode being like, oh, the dynamic between, Rex and Hop, what's going on here? And you have crit twice now and basically annihilated everything so far, Laura?
Yeah, I think that, I think the way I want to play this flavor-wise is that Hop, just of the three of the siblings, spends the most time around small folk. And I think this is a consequence of that. I think this is just... For all of the not necessarily great at interacting with other dragons that she has going on, she's pretty adept at reading social situations with small folk. She knows a lot of the micro nuances, and I think she's maybe picked up on something that she can confidently latch onto there. I don't know what it is.
I was a little concerned. I was like, what if Laura, botches constantly throughout this arc and Doc Hop is just like spiraling into, inadequacy and failure or whatever.
I've done that on previous seasons. There's a reason I've burnt a couple of luckies early here, is I want Hop to have an opportunity to go, I am good at some shit. And Lucky is really carrying some weight there, but it's doing it.
So this dwarf goes from stonewalling your brother to immediately opening up to you and just says, yes, my friend, you properly equipped. And he hands you like a wrench, a spanner, a hammer or something, because it looks like you're not properly prepared to help at the job site. And then he whistles a very distinct message-like whistle up. And you see from the large emerald overhanging you, you see strips and ribbons of color. Beautiful reds, blues, greens, purples, kind of all around, rippling across the surface of the stone. And then it starts moving towards you, and you see that attached, clinging to the bottom of this gem, is the beryl dragon Enobarbus, who is an enormous chameleon who was letting you look through his body as he spied on you from above, but now makes himself known as he hangs down, almost like a sloth, to look at you closer.
I've worked out what it is that I did to win over the dwarf, I think. Amongst the many mountains of trash over the years that Hop has collected, in there was some old manuals of like casual greetings between dwarven workers. I think it's that Hop just did like a really cool like this is
dwarven fist bump.
Yeah, it's the dwarven equivalent of the fist bump. It's the like, hey bro, I got you. How you
Oh
doing?
my god, you did white guy shocks Chinese staff by speaking in fluent Mandarin? Do you know those YouTube videos?
Fuck, I do
Yes,
know those
that's-
YouTube videos, and I guess that's what I did.
No one saw it coming. But no, watching the entrance to his mountain, the great chameleon-bodied Enobarbus was there the whole time. His eyes looking in multiple directions at once, kind of swiveling, overlooking all of you, and he gets pretty close down to your face. He's, of course, in his full dragon winged form, but looking at you, Doc Hop, he says, "Hello, it is I, the master of this mountain. I did not call for you, small one. Why are you saying this?"
Oh, ignore this one. He's an idiot. He's not up to speed on things. We're here to do an inspection. He thought he'd get in trouble.
I need to make a note now.
Look, we're here doing an inspection. He thought he'd get in trouble if he told anyone we were on inspection. I get it. It's his first time on one of these.
An inspection on whose authority? You see his skin rippling with different colors, red, blue, green, all the beautiful colors that the beryl gem can be on his chameleon skin.
I've got a 34 on deception. Can I just pull a fucking name out my ass and confidently say it as if they're an authority that, of course, you would know?
Yeah, you crit. So here's I think the most obvious options. One, blow your cover and just say your dad sent you. That is a route. Another one is just say someone who you know exists and can be verified, and you'll later get in trouble. Or like a third, completely fake, uncheckable option.
Can I make a suggestion here, Laura? Something that you could use. You could say that we're Rex's small folk, and he just wanted to see what his old stomping grounds were looking like.
But here's the thing. I've already said inspection. I've said that out loud, and I don't want to double... The worst thing you can do if you are, like, doing a confidence scam is backtrack on anything you've said out loud.
Laura has a lot of experience.
I did once maybe sneak into an E3 presentation by holding a cardboard box very confidently and walking behind some other people with cardboard boxes. I might have done that once.
Quinn did it at Exotica by accident.
Did I?
Yeah, you broke into Exotica.
Oh, well, that was on them. They should have stopped me.
Yeah, I think this is going to have to be someone... Yeah, and Hob already does know that Rex is going to be pissed about the comment, and it's like, yeah, I can apologize for that later, but we just got to roll with where the confidence is. Hop is going to invent a fictional person that's like, I'm going to suggest it's a dragon who's in charge of safety certificates for work sites.
Sure. With your crit, you can just say, yeah, we're small folk sent by this dragon.
Yeah.
And, they're just checking things out. And, because you
safety
crit.
certificate. Yeah, we were sent here by the Great Dragon Safety Certificus to just make sure that everything work site safety wise was being run safely. We're part of the union, making sure that small folk are someone's got to advocate for the little ones.
All right, I have to write down Safety Certificus as one big dragon name.
Personally, I would have gone with Osha the Magnificent.
Oh yeah, I will say that Enobarbus, with your crit, he just says, politics. I do not keep track. I have not heard about this. He just buys it, not because he's like stupid. It's just not interested.
Yeah, it's okay. I apologize for the intrusion. We will be as little time as possible. Intrusion, and obviously we. We've signed all the documentation that we understand the privacy of your horde. We won't intrude, and we will be in and out, lickety split.
I assume then you will have no trouble with the security.
Of course not. Looks to Rex for any sense of what the security is.
Blank, emotionless face after being called stupid. You figure it out.
Oh, thanks. Cool.
DiCaprio's gonna be like, DiCaprio's going to speak up and be like, I'm sorry, I'm a bit new to this. What is the factor or the security we'll be dealing with, Great Dragon?
My dwarves have revived many ancient devices for safekeeping that are now loose within the mountain. They know their way around, but we do not often have guests. It is perhaps dangerous to wander.
Oh, it's well, we won't be doing that much wandering, and even if we do happen to wander into something, the department gives us training for these kind of situations. We'll go flag down someone that knows how to work our way around. We'll be all right.
The great dragon Enobarbus's skin flashes through the various colors again before becoming almost translucent. He seems to almost disappear right in front of you as he pulls himself back up. He was like hanging from the bottom of the emerald, and he regains his almost gargoyle-like vigil over his mountain. And he says to you all, "Enjoy the hospitality of my lair."
Hop turns to Rex and starts mouthing, sorry.
Rex has already started walking up the mountain, does not see this at all.
Okay. Hop instantly regretted it, but it was, this is an undeniable lie you've been caught in. Fuck. Gotta do something.
I like this very much. In fact, as you kind of storm away, almost to the mouth of the tunnel, you hear someone shout back at you. Enobarbus says, "One moment, inspectors."
Yes?
Perhaps you could look at this for me. I have been stumped for many weeks on this. And he slowly reaches down one strangely articulated hand. I'm sure you've all seen chameleons. They'll hold anything you give them with their little hands.
Like a baby, yeah.
Yeah, they have this little, the almost baby-like instinct. And he puts something at your feet very slowly, tenderly, gingerly, because he's fucking huge. But it appears to be a tangle of metal and wires and crystals. And you get the sense, you've rolled really well so far. Maybe this is kind of a little test. What do you think of this gizmo, inspectors?
What kind of check would this be? Does Rex get advantage because he worked here? I hope so.
That's a good question. I think investigation to look at the item, and let's say Rex, because of your specific background feature with the dwarves here, you can have advantage.
It can't be history?
There will be time for history.
Okay.
Uh, 19 for DiCaprio.
18.
7. Hop's done her work already.
Yeah, the group succeeds. Rex, you seem to get the project most of the way there, but you seem to get, you understand that there's the metal tube, which is like the housing of whatever this object is, and it's filled with wires and crystals that make it work. And you almost get it complete, but you get stuck at the same part Enobarbus did. And with the highest roll, 19, Devereaux DiCaprio, how do you figure out how to fix this lightsaber?
I feel like, oh my God, Jesus. I feel like there's a moment where everybody's just looking at it the wrong way. And DiCaprio just kind of like leans a hand in and makes a slight like adjustment to a valve. And it just changes the whole dynamic of how the system works. And I guess the lightsaber end shoots out. What's happening?
Yeah, no, light erupts from
right through her head, dead instantly.
Dexterity saving throw as light erupts from this object and turns into a sword right where kind of you're standing. DiCaprio specifically.
Oh, what the fuck? I'm the one who got the high roll. Oh,
I know.
No.
You succeeded, though.
15.
No, you're good. That's perfect. So, yeah. You almost do a really cool death.
My health is so low. I was like, oh, man, I feel like getting stabbed with a lightsaber is a couple hit dice.
Yeah, it's not good. No, but a blade of... It almost seems like fire to you, but it has some kind of strange laser-like quality coming off of the gem. Almost blows through your body as it erupts out. You thankfully are quick enough to turn it away at the last minute. And then almost without waiting for a beat, Enobarbus scoops it back up out of your hand and is satisfied / now has the lightsaber. Thank you very much.
A pleasure, Your Majesty.
I look forward to hearing about your inspection. I assume everything will be most exemplary inside. Impressive, even.
I mean that device just then off to an impressive start.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to read his facial expression. He doesn't have the most readable mouth and eyes, but he's there, and he once again becomes translucent and fades away.
And breathe.
I think Rex is just kind of silently, maybe not fuming, but like obviously frustrated. He's not good at hiding his emotions. That he's both been called an idiot and then failed at what ostensibly he should have known how to do after working here. Yeah. And he just kind of storms off into the mountain.
Pretty juicy. So you enter the mountain. You've been in a number of tunnels in earthen works before. You're not that surprised. You've also been here before. So, it is like a network of tunnels that dwarves kind of mill around in. They're pretty busy getting crystals and trying to fit them into old technology. A thing you note about the kind of hustle and bustle inside the mountain, which is that everyone is trying to incorporate old technology into their daily lives. So it's not like, oh, I have a campfire to cook a little bit of meat over. It's like I have some kind of fucked up retro uranium powered oven that I'm fucking up all this bread with. It's not enough to have
a microwave.
Yeah, it's not enough to have like a mill for crushing grain. It's like I have to have half of a Gundam, which is using some kind of like weapon to mess up the flow of this stream. It's just like everyone in here is like working on Rubes Goldberg's projects, I will say, as you enter. That's kind of the vibe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rex will just say, the lair is going to be the most heavily defended area, and if the main defense is loose mechanical monstrosities, the way to get to it is probably go where the dwarves aren't.
That is a good point. I was gonna say you're in the mood to punch some shit, but that's on the way out. We ideally don't want to get into a fight with them on the way in.
I mean, yeah, we're quite small right now.
Sounds like survival to kind of read the flow of the life of the community here and to try to intuit from that where you want to be going.
10.
11.
5.
Oof. The party fails. This is the first full party fail, I think, of the session, which is fun. That gives me an opportunity to say you essentially kind of wander through these tunnels until you kind of lose your bearings and get lost. They've changed things since the last time you were here, Rex, and you just take a wrong turn at Albuquerque, and you're just in the middle of a dwarven bazaar. All around you see piles of junk. It appears pretty clear that Enobarbus goes out on like missions where he'll go and just take a huge piece of archaeological like core samples, as it were, and like bring it back and be like, hey, everyone sort through this, see if this is anything. And so there's like a bunch of unsorted almost trash here, but it's like, hey, this is the community pile. Anyone you want a project, come in here and just look at this stuff.
Rex is definitely going to look through the technology pile to see if he can find anything interesting or useful.
Yeah, I think we're going to have these kind of rolls pretty often. This is going to be Arcana to see if you can find anything useful. All this stuff is like unclaimed so far. There's kind of an outer and an inner layer, and usually this kind of stuff, no one's going to be too mad if you have sticky fingers.
I crit, Austin.
Holy balls.
Yeah, 9.
Ooh. What are we rolling to take stuff?
Arcana. To identify. You don't have to commit to taking it, but
Arcana. 20.
Oh, wow. All right, 20 and crit. What the fuck? Why is Rex taking L after L after L tonight?
Well, it doesn't help that most, skills are all brain-based, and Rex is a physical character.
Sure. Okay, this is fun, though. Okay, so both of you can find useful items. Quinn, with your crit, you can get a little spicier with yours. So I know you probably don't have one off the top of the head, but brainstorming is recommended.
Okay. What level of technology are we playing with here? Because I was under the assumption, I know that I forgot how far into the future we had kind of gotten. So lightsabers are on the table. Is anything sci-fi on the table?
I mean, we can talk about it. I think all of us together.
Can I make a portal gun?
I think so. There actually is a spell that Buford Gubbins had in season 10, which is very much like a portal gun. If you can find that for me, I think we can definitely do something
Vortex
like that.
warp.
Yeah. Hold that
Austin, I don't know the mechanical purpose of it, but you did say that the victory condition for the season now is if I become a holodeck player. Can I find a dual disc?
You find a fucking starter deck? Holy shit. All right, let's see. Vortex Warp, a second level conjuration spell. You magically twist space around another creature you can see within range. They must succeed on a Constitution saving throw, or the target is teleported to an unoccupied space of your choice. So if you want to have the ability to do this, the only question for me is it once an arc? Is it, is there some kind of limitation? What do you think for your crit?
Yeah, well, I'm also trying to make sure, is this going to be the most elegant and beautiful? Because I imagine that's what DiCaprio's got to be looking for, right? I'm trying to make sure there's not a science fiction concept that might be more elegant and fitting than a portal gun, which you've already done on the show.
Also, I want to be clear about the item. Oh, fuck me. What's it called? I'm really bad at words tonight. You all know. You can have 3 items attuned to your character under normal D&D. Dragons are immune to that as long as the item is part of your psychological compulsion. So specifically, the technology needs to be beautiful for DiCaprio, and that technology needs to be a dingle hopper for the doc.
This has got to be some kind of cosmic cube ray thing. There's a lot of angles and lights being used, but there's such a precision in the mathematics of it almost that she finds beautiful as well. It just visually is aesthetic, but also on her intellect level, she's yes, this is quite astounding. And I don't know, maybe it shoots lasers.
Like a fusion reactor. You've just got a captured miniature sun.
Holy shit, can I have a captured miniature sun, Austin?
I feel like I'm being too permissive this early. What is this, episode 5? You can't have a sun and a nuke.
But I crit! Okay.
I think that's not nothing. Let me say though, so you're all underground in kind of the bazaar with all these dwarves. There's piles of like what looks like garbage and broken things from the old world, literally like the underground wasteland. What does it look like you find it? Because if there was just like a sun sitting here, I think people would be like, "Oh, that's something." What is it about you specifically that you are able to figure out what's going on here?
I'm trying to think of like, is there such a prism to the light? Like it's like almost like a very pristine light, which I think DiCaprio would find so affectionate. She's got a very weird sense of her own self and her own physical body because of the fact that her scales aren't, perfect. So I think she does like seek out things that allow her to see that reflection of like a flawless kind of beauty.
How big is this? How are you picturing it? Like you can hold it in your hand, or is it like the marble from Men in Black that has the galaxy inside of it? Do you remember that?
Oh yeah,
that I just posted.
color.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what that is? That's so funny.
Yeah.
Fuck me. I do.
Yeah.
If it's like a tiny black marble that easily could be overlooked, and you're the only one who looks close enough, that makes more sense.
Yeah, I think that's very cool. Can I have that?
Yeah, do you wear it on your collar like the cat?
Well,
You
no.
pull it off the cat skeleton.
I was thinking like a wristband. This is, I'm trying to go
Coward.
with a more chic and elegant thing. Austin, I can't play a sub every season, okay? I've got to mix it up a little bit.
If Liz Truss can wear a day collar at her important political things, you can't. Okay, fine.
I do not need reminding about Liz Truss's day collar.
Laura, what do you find here?
We joked about it being a holodeck starter deck, and now I'm just thinking about that concept. I don't think it would be a starter deck, because the starter deck has not been... That's not personal enough. That's not loved trash. If it was going to be if it's going to be a holodeck deck, I think it needs to be a deck that's like someone's first deck they put together where they have no idea of synergy or like archetypes, and have put just all their favorite little guys together that do not work together. I put this one because this one looks like a little magician and this one looks like a big magician. Do their mechanics work with each other? No, they're completely contradictory to each other. But it's that kind of childhood. I shoved my favorite 60 cards into a box despite 40 is the upper limit for the game. I put stuff that should be in my extra deck into the main deck. This kind of mess of a holodeck deck.
Like when I had my Beast Warrior deck from back in the day, that was just all the best Beast Warrior cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! And the one card that cared about Beast Warrior synergy.
Right. So I don't know.
If I may make a suggestion to make it even just a little bit more trashy, but still probably loved by some child. It's not even like the Hollow Runner cards. It's like it's one of those ancillary series that like came out at the same time to try to ride the wave. This is the Chaotix, the Duel Masters, that sort of thing.
Oh, okay, that is actually real good. I like that.
You found a deck of Kaijudo cards.
These are 100% like any card that showed up in the Heroes deck in the anime ended up in this deck, despite the fact they do not work well.
Okay, yeah, I'm interested to see how these what the effect will be, because you got a 20, so they can do something. You don't have the playing card proficiency like DiCaprio. I don't know. It seems like there's a storyline here developing.
Yeah, I don't know mechanically what these are going to do, but I do have my heart set on child's first no synergy knockoff trading card deck.
A true heroic brave DM would say it's a deck of many things. I feel like that is the actual warrior's path here, but I don't know if I have the courageous heart to commit to
Austin's like, I want this season to be messy, but I don't know if I can let it get that messy.
Austin, if you want to make a custom, a little less terrifying deck of many things, and this is essentially a mini Little Wild Magic table of cards, or whatever the equivalent would be.
Okay.
I'm on board with that. A deck of things that have no synergy.
Giving myself homework, although it would be funny to basically build a deck of like fake cards with non-synergistic. Because I was trying to think like it can't be like something where the decks are gonna beat a bunch of boss fights for you. It's like it's gonna give you problems and good jokes mostly.
Mm-hmm. So Hop currently has a nuke, a deck of many things.
Now it's a deck of
I feel
some
like
things. It's Austin's custom deck of some stuff.
a deck of shit. A deck of random bullshit.
And a toothbrush.
Yeah, and a toothbrush.
What's weird about that?
Yeah.
I have put this down as child's first trading card deck of no synergy.
Okay, perfect. I have the week to think about various elk typal deck ideas. So the three of you are standing there. DiCaprio, you find a small caged solar system, I guess. Doc Hop, you find a deck of cards. You're looking through them. Rex, it seems like there are a couple of things you think, oh, this looks cool. Oh, it's nothing. Oh, this looks, oh, no, that's nothing. Oh, it's full of spiders. And you're just eating shit over and over again.
Yeah, I think at the end he just gets frustrated, activates his ring, and just crushes whatever he's holding in his hand to dust, and then drops it.
Yeah, I think there's a moment where DiCaprio is going to kind of feel like she needs to give Rex space for a second, and she's gonna go over to Hop and be like, "Oh, are you thinking about getting into the game?"
I mean, I've never considered it before, but I like that someone clearly put a lot of thought into this, and I want to see if they were onto something.
It's actually quite an elegant design when you get into it. A little degenerate around the corners, but I've collected a couple cards myself.
Oh yeah, I'm assuming yours are probably in like nice binders and things.
Darling, I have originals. There are no nice versions of cards back from the old world.
All of DiCaprio's are slabbed.
Yeah. She's like...
you shuffled the slabs.
She's just like... They're an item my mother would have never allowed herself to see the beauty in them because there are no perfect versions of them left, but it is really quite a magnificent game once you start playing it.
Well, if you're up for teaching, I'd love to learn.
If I could find some time. I'm very busy, you understand.
Oh, I understand.
But, remind me, and I'll try to pencil it in.
Oh.
But I'm busy, so, take it or leave it.
Austin.
That's me.
Can I have a look through the deck and see if there's a card that has some kind of imagery on it that's something like a crown or a throne or something royal looking to give to Rex?
Hell yeah. I love role-playing.
Yeah. Don't know if it would do anything mechanically, but I think after a second, Hop's gonna head over and be like, sorry, I've been kind of a jerk. Thought you might like this. And it's a trading card that's just the crown of crowns, and it's a crown with little crowns and all the prongs on the top of it.
I think Rex takes a deep breath because it is difficult for him to be nice, especially when he's irritated. But he can recognize, someone giving him a gift. And he's going to take it and say, "Thank you. I did get something for you for the gala. I tried to get something for DiCaprio. But unfortunately, it was too covered in blood by the time I was done with it." And he's gonna take out a what was it? What is it? Obviously a prescription bottle, like one of those orange bottles, and just kind of airball toss it to Hop and say, "I took it off this small folk. He kept saying, 'Oh, I need this so much. I need it to live.' Blah blah blah." Kept complaining. And then he got real quiet. So clearly he didn't care about it that much.
Rex about to get assassinated in front of the Hilton.
Genuinely, very sweetly received gift. Hop very sincerely loves the gesture.
All right, I'm going to start trying to dig through the walls in a minute if we don't find anything.
Can I get a nature roll? I don't think you're actually digging through the walls, but it's just addressing your surroundings. Let's get a nature to see how you do. Maybe you do go through the wall. Who might say?
Yeah, I was going to take a a pickaxe and just activate his ring and start swinging.
Oh my!
I got a botch. Yeah, so great, wonderful.
Oh my
I got
God.
an 8
going
as
to-
well.
Oh
I don't
no.
think I can. I don't think I can give lucky to someone else. I think that's only for me.
Oh, the group fails again. 8, 4, and
Yeah.
0. The 0 is a botch. You try to hit the wall with your pickaxe. It bounces off, hits you in the fucking forehead. You take 2 damage. You're this huge, muscle-bound human, like, dripping with crowns and you have rings and all your shit. You look really badass, and that's so embarrassing for you. I think a couple of dwarves come over. The botch consequences, one of them is like, hey, or I'll just do the in-character voice. Hello, what are you fucking doing?
Just testing out this pickaxe. Yep, seems to work. Great. And he just drops it on the ground enough.
Yeah, a couple more dwarves come over. You seem to have gotten their attention now. They see that you have some of the items, DiCaprio and Hop, and one of them now just kind of taking charge, just says to the 3 of you, you are let into mountain, but it does not seem you know where you are going.
Yeah.
We could.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Sorry. No,
go ahead.
sorry. You're the character.
No,
assistant,
you
so
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
You go.
No, you're in charge. Just get talking, lady.
That's not fair.
Laura, did you say, I have a nuke? Do what I say. I'll kill you.
Now, see, the problem is I had something I was going to jump in with, and then I stepped back, and then I ADHD'd and forgot entirely
Oh,
what
damn.
I was going to say. So I'll throw it over to you, Quinn, if you've got something.
I think DiCaprio will just step in and say, like, we could use a little bit of a guidance here. We are for some inspections. We actually just spoke to His Highness and actually aided him with something. So we'd like to get out of his hair as quickly as possible if you'd be helpful to give us a guide.
The dwarves converse amongst themselves briefly. Do any of you speak Dwarven?
I believe I do. One second.
That makes sense. I think you took that as part of your backstory.
Yeah, I do.
I took whatever the goblin one is, which I don't think is compatible.
Goblin.
It's Goblin, yeah.
Yeah. Is it goblin? I was like, I think it's goblin, but I couldn't. I had a moment. I don't speak dwarf then, no.
I will say, Rex, you hear them talking about you in front of you in a language they don't think any of you speak because none of you are dwarves, and they say basically, I don't trust these people. What are they doing? Why do they have so many cool items? Why are they here? I'll just say that for the thing you get for speaking dwarf is you see that they are distrustful of you. The thing they say to the rest of you in common is, what are you looking for? We can point you in direction.
Well, it's mainly that we need assistance not walking into anywhere dangerous. We're here just doing a risk assessment, but we were given heads up that there is there are dangerous machines around that we shouldn't go near, and a bit of a hand not accidentally walking to those dangerous areas would be appreciated.
Yes, there is surveying construct, which has mapped all tunnels. This will help you. It is down this way. You go, he basically describes how to go deeper into the mountain to a place where you will find a construct who will serve as a guide.
Okay, and this survey thing presumably knows more about the tunnel layout than what we've been told to use it for.
That's your understanding. The dwarf told you there's a construct, which is D&D speak for robot, that has all the information you want, and it will lead you around.
That sounds like a perfect way to find where we actually want to go.
Mm-hmm. So you're gonna follow the directions to the surveying construct?
Yep, and trust that it's not actually a robot designed to kill us on sight.
Okie dokie. As you walk further into the mountain, I think we've established that most of you have dark vision or torches, so you're not, insensible here in the tunnels. But it is dark. I don't know if any of you have any thoughts about that.
I'm scared.
All right, moving on.
Actually, in a burst of quite hot and bothersome steam, Gertrude, the genie, bursts out of the bottle as you're all walking down the tunnel, and she's hanging off of Doc Hop's shoulder, whispering to her, just to you, Laura, just saying things like, Wow, this is going really well. All your plans have succeeded, my liege. I can't believe how your star has risen. Your father is going to be so proud.
Yeah, that's great. That's good. And Hop is already trying to put her back in the bottle.
She likes you when you try to put a hand on her. You know, her flesh kind of disincorporates around it and flows around your hand because she is made of magical steam, basically. So she's a little slipperier. You do hold and possess her bottle, so if you want to be more forceful, you can. But like, I'm envisioning a while though, she is like pretending like she doesn't understand. You're trying to put her back in the bottle as she.
Yeah, this is, you know, in part. Hey, you've been nice to me, but I am trying to make things nicer with the siblings again, and also. A genie might, like, ring alarm bells to a dragon. I'm like, this, maybe not right now. Maybe not on the stealth mission.
Gertrude says, can I see the cards? You have cards full of magic. When your stupid brother didn't find anything, look at him. His stupid face.
Hey, be nice. You can have a look at them when we get back.
Aww. Are you gonna try to force her back into the bottle magically?
I am, yes.
All right, let's do a contested religion check.
Do I have any of that? Ish.
I rolled a 14.
Okay.
Not could have been better.
14 as well.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. What do you think this looks like, Laura? What's the most interesting outcome of this? Because she's strong. Like, she's not 3 adult dragons strong, but I guess what I want to get from this is like. She's a significant player in the stuff that's going to happen this season.
This is really not the time, but other end of this mission will hang out. I'll dedicate in abstract terms. If I've got some downtime to spend with someone, I'll select you for that downtime allotment of time, mayhaps.
Okay, and then you're holding the kind of glass blue bottle, and you just focus magic on it because you are, a very powerful warlock, and you could just through force of your willpower just kind of slurp her back up into the bottle.
Yeah, I think this is a trying to convince, so that not quite so much magic is going to have to be used to obviously shove her back in.
Okay, I don't remember if we said this on air, but like, you have a genie in such a way that I feel like I have to stop and acknowledge the fact that it's like a genie that you have, and you have it as a genie.
No, I'm aware of that, and I am aware of that, and trust me, if I need to do so for this mission to go well, that is a data point I have in my back pocket.
Okie dokie.
But I do not trust that there will not be, a wish book with consequences, and I don't want that to be how I fuck up first mission in charge.
If that hot water bottle keeps insulting me, I'm gonna bury it in lava.
I think DiCaprio is going to saddle up by Rex real quick, while this is going on, and she's gonna be like, Hop's talking to a little evil vizier genie again.
I can see that. Not much of a small folk, not normally her taste. Its clothes were made probably this century.
Ew. Ugh.
And washed.
DiCaprio's going to say, should we have a bet to see which wish it is that screws her over the most? I'm thinking the second. I think she gets a little way through.
No, it'll be the last. She's gonna try to undo something, and it's gonna make it worse.
What would we bet over? I'm trying to think, what do dragons exchange as currency? In my family relationship, this is where we would have done a pizza bet, which is just whoever loses has to buy the winner a pizza, 2 toppings maximum. I'm trying to figure
the GDP of a small country.
It could just be just wealth generally, but I also think if there's any overlap in your hordes, like if you have anything that is both very beautiful and a symbol
I have
of
a beautiful
authority.
Yeah, I have a beautiful scepter, and Rex has some cool, equivalent, and it's the bet over that. We have our sibling crossover piles, the Venn diagram piles.
He probably has, like, in the process of acquiring his horde, got, like, some queenly raiments, but it's like, well, he's not gonna wear it. It's not his style, but he has it. It's in his horde. He's not strutting down the aisle in them. He barely wears shirts.
Coward. Absolute coward shit. Yeah, I imagine it's some kind of equivalent to that. But I think there's also, like, a moment after, like, we shake on this where DiCaprio's gonna be like, just also checking to see how you're holding up. Seem like there might be some feelings rising up.
I'm fine. I've been chewed out by Dad before. I have to deal with it.
Yes, this is not a pleasant situation we all find ourselves in, but we have to endure it.
I'm more irritated that it's not even an item I want.
Why didn't you want it, darling? It's very powerful.
Dragons are the most powerful creatures on this or any world. And it is coward behavior to kill your enemies with a bomb. We were put on this planet to crush, burn, and destroy anything that stood before us and rule over what's left. If you need some small folk item to do your killing for you, then you're weak.
Perhaps I like to stay adjusted to the future. If you all seem so terrified of this object, I'd be more than happy to hold on to it.
I'm not terrified of it. I just don't want it. Hop's got it. She can do with it what she pleases. I assume turn it over to Dad after this.
DiCaprio's gonna kind of note, and she's like, you would do well to keep advantage of every little object you can. You never know when they're gonna be useful for defending yourself.
If someone comes after me, I'll deal with it the old-fashioned way. Burn them alive and eat the corpse.
Not all of our enemies are going to engage you in combat, Rex.
I won't give them the option not to.
With that ominous declaration, you reach the end of the tunnel you're in, and you see a strange metal object, at the end of the tunnel, leaning up against the wall. I don't know that any of you have the vocabulary to describe what you're seeing. Maybe a history check. The history check I promised Dan earlier.
Okie dokie. And I say that only because it's a +1 rather than a -1.
Ooh, fancy.
24.
6 doesn't fucking matter.
7. So this is currently gonna be a group fail, is it?
Correct.
Fuck it. Let's add a d20 to that. Let's try and get it to a group pass.
Hell yeah. Every arc / heist / investigation, I expect to be 3 episodes. So
now that that's a 20.
20 and 24. Rex, you see this large metal thing, and you're like, I guess this is where the guy said, I don't know shit, I don't care, fuck them. That's your 6 there. With a 24 and a 20, your sisters are going to recognize a construct from either stories or drawings.
There's probably one in the history pop-up book.
Mm-hmm. So this is large enough for a humanoid to be inside of and to operate. There doesn't appear to be an operator right now, but I guess I will say it doesn't have wheels. It has what appears to be arthropod or insect-like legs, like a dozen metal legs that's sitting on, and the front of it has what appears to be a number of blades, like rows and rows of saw blades. I will say for like the players on the call, this is some kind of mining robot, like a tunneling machine. But to you, 3 young adult dragons, you're like, some fucking bullshit. There's some bullshit in this fucking place.
This is some like weird old man bullshit he's got going on. Like, is this what he's like the equivalent of like when a guy gets like a humidor in his, den or something like that?
Yeah, he's having a midlife crisis and he bought a fucking mole robot of a spider tunneler.
I know somebody who did that with the Zamboni. I get it.
With a 24 to 20, though, you know this is where you've been sent. This is a surveying robot, so inside of it, some must have some tunnel information. You see there's a large glass cockpit like a big section where someone would get in to like operate it, but it is empty. The whole thing is covered in grease and obviously is very old and has been refurbished. There are a number of like crystals which have been installed in it. You assume the dwarves did this to revive it. Trying to think of anything else I can give you. It does not greet you. It does not come to life as you approach. So there's like another step here. I'll just say with your good rolls, you need to do something so it'll take you where you want to go.
Has it got keys? It's got keys like hanging in like a what is it? The sun blocking thing. Above that if I flip it down.
I say with these scores, you can look around. You don't see anything that's obviously keys. You assume if it had keys once they were lost, 10,000 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so that they're okay. So we need to shove a screwdriver into the keyhole and turn it.
Yep, that's a sleight of hand check.
Does anyone here have sleight of hand? Because if not, this is a straight D20 from Rex.
I have sleight of hand. I've got a +4.
Nice.
Sure, let's try and get this thing going. 14.
Okie dokie. So I think the order of operations here is you all stand around this device, which I'm just going to level with you. It's called the Leveler. That's the name of the thing.
I was trying to think of which Magic the Gathering card this was, and I couldn't place it, but I was like, I've seen this card before.
Mm-hmm. With a 14, you can get it started, but you're going to do so in a slightly suboptimal way, which is the way I am introducing this combat when I say roll initiative as the machine roars to life and it accelerates to maximum and attempts to run you over.
Where am I when this happens? Am I on the thing? In the thing?
You're like leaning in the driver's side window with a screwdriver, jamming it into the ignition.
4.
14.
Initiative.
Zero from the Leveler.
19.
All right, Doc Hop, you're up first. This thing jolts out from under you, slams into the far wall, turns around. All the blades on the front immediately roar to life, and then it just accelerates towards you. The machine is maybe not even malfunctioning. You turned it on with all the levers maxed, and it's now roaring through the tunnel. What do you do?
Do I know enough about this thing from that history check to know how to attack it without permanently preventing it from taking us where we need to go?
I will say if you reduce the hit points to 0, then you can reprogram it and fix it and make it do what you want.
So I don't need to be afraid of when I say that the flavor of what I'm going to do, I guess, is use my breath weapon, which is acid, to basically breathe some acid into the fleshy cockpit area.
Yep. So if you disable it, and then you can fix it. So yeah, hit me with the breath weapon. This is your second time. This is what you used to kill Keeper in the first arc.
Yeah, so this is, I need a DC 11 saving throw, which I need to double check what kind of saving throw it is. Okay, yes. I need a dex save.
Ooh, its worst stat, 14.
It's gonna take 9 damage halved, which would be, 4?
An interesting thing is, though, your father is an extremely powerful acid breather. He is copper and black. Both copper and black dragons have acid breath, so I'm like, he has acid breath squared. And Doc Hop, your mom, has acid breath, so you're like acid breath to the 4th power. Do you know about hydrofluoric acid?
Oh, yeah, that shit's wild.
I've been thinking about that this season. I don't know if it's the best time to bring it up, but it can eat through basically anything. If you get it on you, it's just going to go through like, the xenomorph blood. A fucked up thing is, if it gets enough on you, even if you get it off, let's say, okay, you get it on your hand, you cut your hand off, right? You're like, I have to save the rest of my body. What actually happens is there's a chain reaction in the molecules of your body, and you just die anyway.
That's
That's
great.
a bummer.
It's fucked up. It's really fucked up.
I should get a bit better with my acid breath. I gotta be careful with that shit.
Austin, why do you gotta give me anxiety about acid in my life? Like, this is what cartoons showed us, like, sand traps back in the day, quicksand. I'm like, do I have to be afraid of acid now?
I'm here reading from Wikipedia. Its unique property of readily penetrating tissue due to the fluoride ion can lead to a cascading effect, of tissue damage, causing significant harm even with relatively small exposures, which can be considered a chain reaction at the cellular level. So like this is like the worst acid possible, and even if you survive it, you're just also still screwed.
And I apparently dribbled a little bit out and not much more.
Yeah, I want to establish that, I guess, for if at some point someone wants to question how strong your dad is, because that's his whole thing.
Give me a deck save.
I would love to do that. 8.
Well, that's gonna fail. You only take 6 damage anyway.
All right. Well, two of the siblings mag dump their breath onto the leveler as it careens around the tunnel, and we're at DiCaprio.
I mean, I feel like I should just be doing also a breath attack, right?
It's really the only level 1 tool most of us have for combat.
Mine thankfully comes back after a short rest.
I have a spell. Are we flavoring things as our breath weapon? Because I'll just use a cantrip then.
The way we talked about this before the season was you can reflavor spells, because I think I said to you that DiCaprio has a lot of cold and ice stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, if that's your breath representing that spell, that's up to you. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I will. I'm essentially going to cast Frostbite. I'm going to save my big spells because I'm not going to treat this like a big threat right now.
We
This is
can't.
a minor threat.
Maybe I'm wrong. Can we? I thought we couldn't use the big spells unless we were in level 20 form.
No, yeah, only level 1 sheets tonight.
Yeah, I have level 1. I have spell slots for a level 1 character, though, so I don't want to use any of those quite yet.
Big is relative.
Yes, I misunderstood what you meant by big spells.
Yeah, sorry. So I need a Constitution saving throw from you, Austin.
23. That was the good stat. I'm made of metal.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my breath attack's gonna like kind of clink off its armor.
You just cough on him a little bit.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. All 3 of you try to breathe on the leveler. It hits the wall, spins 180 degrees, engines roaring, and then tries to flatten all 3 of you. Dexterity saving throw as this tunneling machine tries to make a tunnel inside of your body.
Dex.
I have one of those already. It's called my colon.
Cool.
19.
Wow.
21.
15.
Oh my! All 3 of you! The fucking Russian gymnastics team is here. Holy shit! All right, yeah, all 3 of you fucking parkour around this fucking drill machine as it tries to pulp you when we're back to Doc Hop.
I really don't have much else I can do combat-wise, because, yeah, breath weapon is once per short rest, huh?
You've got Eldritch Blast, though, right? Of course you've got Eldritch Blast. You're a warlock.
Not at level 1, I don't.
Yeah, I think you could if you wanted. You don't have to.
Oh, I should do, then. Why do I not have it written down? I don't have it written down. I have it on my level 20 sheet.
I just thought it was a choice. You're like, oh, I'm not that kind of warlock. But
No, I
Austin, every warlock is that kind of warlock.
look, if at level 1 I can have an attack that does damage, I should probably have an attack that does damage. So I'm not sure how I ended up not with it on there. One sec.
you have proficiency in simple weapons, so if you want to just do a melee attack, and then you can work on building out your arsenal as we go. But you are entitled to that as a starting character.
Yeah, I was looking through my magical tools, and we don't yet have something to pull from for my trading card deck of no synergy. So I think realistically my options are hit it or try and climb onto it and do something to stop its rampage via a skill check of some kind. If there's any kind of skill check that would allow me to try and just turn this thing off of angry mode.
I don't think so. No, I think you should establish how you attack as a level 1 warlock, because we haven't really seen besides the breath. Like, what are you going to be doing in level 1 scuffles? Let's get that on screen.
Yeah. You know what? No. I'm gonna retract, step back from what I was about to say, which was my instinct was, trash bag of holding's got a bunch of trash in it. I could use that as a melee weapon to bludgeon. It does have Naviderol's disc in it. I probably shouldn't use it as a melee bludgeon.
I mean, it's very funny, but yeah, it makes me think of you as being like, Phoenix Wright in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, where he's just like attacking with random shit all the time. Like that's your kind of combat style. It's just like flinging stuff out of your bag.
You know what? Things that are not on my equipment list that I grab out and hurl at the thing. That is the flavor of my melee attacking.
Okay. Well, let's get a normal melee attack here.
So what do I roll for that? That's
it looks like +4 is your dexterity and proficiency bonus.
Yeah. 19 to hit.
That hits. Then you're entitled to a D6 +2.
D6 +2. 3 damage. Almost as much as my scary acid breath did.
Okay, so we've established in a melee fight, Rex Maximus attacks with his fists. DiCaprio, you haven't attacked anyone physically yet, but you have your portfolio. And now we have seen Doc Hop.
I threw a toaster or something at it.
Exactly. Random bullshit go, I think, as Moon Knight says.
It's like whatever fucking Mr. Game & Watch attacks.
Yes.
You're like, what shit did you just pull out to attack me? Did I just get hit with a frying pan?
Flipping bacon and shit, you fucking asshole. Yeah. All right.
Did you just fumigate me? What is this?
All right, I like that. We are at Rex.
All right. Rex is going to just do some melee attacks. He's going to swing at him. I get 2 attacks because I used Draconic Surge. 7 and 12. I'm assuming both of those miss.
Both of those miss.
All right, yeah, he just tries to scratch at it or punch it and does nothing. And that's my turn.
Punch right into the metal carapace, stinging your hand a bit as it roars ever onward, trying to crush you. DiCaprio?
Yeah, because I already missed once, DiCaprio is going to kick it up a notch. So I am going to use one of my level 1 spell slots to cast Ice Knife. Essentially, like, she's casting like a stronger version of her like breath weapon. Like maybe she wasn't putting her all into it before, but now it seems like it could be bad. So 22.
Oof, yeah, big hit.
All right, so it's going to be 1 damage. Oof.
What?
But they now must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 2d6 damage. This
-1.
This also, I'm so sorry, also includes, I think, Rex and Hop, if you're both in melee range.
So the flavor of this is you truly open your throat, you become the throat goat, and you blast the entire tunnel with ice.
I throat goat for just a moment.
You said a dex save?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right, 9.
Everyone fails. What the fuck? Oh no. No.
Oh no. Because that's 2. Oh, that's 11
what
damage.
The fuck? That's
all right. I'm down.
So, oh my god. That's exactly how much HP the leveler had.
I'm down as
Yes! Fuck yes! Total family kill. All right, so DiCaprio, we finally see your diamond dragon breath. Paint this whole picture. I'm done. You won this fight. What does this look like? This is awesome.
Yeah, I think there's a moment DiCaprio sees this thing about to turn at her again, and she's like, that was a cool, like, Russian gymnast moment we all had, but that ain't happening a lot for me. This outfit's actually a little hard to move in. So she gets serious for a moment, and she launches this diamond attack that crushes the leveler spot on. She thinks she's, like, very impressed by this. But it's only afterwards that she realizes the shrapnel from the shard that hit this leveler also has, like, pierced her siblings as well. Like, it's just, like, riddled them with shrapnel, diamond shrapnel.
So, important question. Which sibling are you reviving first?
I think she does go to revive Hop first because she recognizes, she's like, shit, like, I made probably a little bit of an error there, so I need to make sure the actual leader is up first. I don't think she's going to try to, like, intentionally feel like she's taking over.
Oh.
So she's going to pull you up and just be like, sorry, I put a little bit more oomph on that than I expected.
Oh, are we not doing death saves? I assume that's what this was going right into.
There's no ongoing threat, so we could just roll medicine over and over until DiCaprio succeeds. Instead, I'm assuming just there's going to be stabilization that is narrativized. But I do like, doing it one at a time so people can feel however they want to feel about that.
I think Hop's gonna go. No apology needed. Thank you. I did not know you had as much strength in the small form as you do. That is good to know.
Darling, I'm aiming to be one of the strongest dragons around. Of course I'm more powerful than I let on. I'm goddamn excellent, is what I am.
That is not wrong.
You feel Gertrude's presence over your shoulder, Doc Hop, as she just mutters something about, doesn't even have the acid breath of your father. This ice shit.
I know.
I think when you get Rex up, he just goes, let's get to the stupid lair, find whatever's there, and get out of this stupid goddamn mountain. I'm so done with this
sorry.
place.
Rex has been having a bad day. I'm so sorry.
He's gonna climb into it and see if he can figure out where these stupid maps are.
Okay, so a couple of things here. One is DiCaprio, first you go over to Hop, help her up, make sure she's okay. Everyone's bleeding from ice shrapnel, and you got to take a minute there. You can roll a hit dice to get your health back. I know you're level 1 character, so you only have 1. We'll talk about that in a moment. But as you go to Rex, who's saying, let's get out of this fucking hellhole. I hate this shit. Can I get a wisdom saving throw from DiCaprio Devereaux, Diamond Dragon?
Oh, this that fucking coin shit again, isn't it?
Oh, come on, Quinn. You can't let me have fucking anything.
Hold on. Wisdom, you said?
I did say wisdom, yeah.
I got a 4 with the botch.
Oh no, not a botch. Oh my god.
But I got 12 hit points back.
Oh, that's good. With a botch, fuck me. I didn't know it was going to be this bad. DiCaprio, you're trying to help your brother up, and when you reach down to grab his hand, your hand touches the ring he's wearing, and it just reminds you of the feel of the coin in your hand. And God, you want that coin so bad. What did it look like? What was on it? What was the face on it? Fuck, you would kill to see that coin again. Ugh.
God damn, I want that coin.
God,
I think there's a moment where DiCaprio is like caught in this moment, and she doesn't realize she's starting to let her like talons start to like creep through, and she's almost like kind of scratching the inside of Rex's palm or like the inside of his wrist with her claws.
I thought she was just gonna fucking drop him again
onto a big shard of ice. Impales him again.
I think as she's like actively hurting him while pulling him up, and not really apologizing, I'm assuming, because she's thinking about this this really cool coin.
Yeah.
Rex takes a deep breath and goes, I'm gonna eat some of your dresses, and then gets inside of the leveler.
Wait, what was that? Like
You heard me.
Yeah. Okay, I will say, because the failure is you're thinking about the coin. The botches, you swear you could see it in the corner of your eye, and you turn and look, and it's not there. But then you think you see it again, and you turn, and it's not there. And that's just gonna be happening for a while.
God damn it. Yeah, all right. DiCaprio is going to kind of note aloud, like, hey, Rex, does your mom know any, like, quick tips to, like, lessen the effects of a curse by chance? Holding your breath or something?
Die.
Marvelous.
Rex,
Does it have to be like permanent, or just like can we kill you for like a minute and then like pop you back
that
up?
comes up surprisingly often on Dice Funk. I think that happened in seasons 9 and 11.
Le Petit Mort.
Well, okay, Laura, we'll talk about this after. I think it's been a crossed wire. Rex Maximus, do you want to roll something to fix the leveler?
Yeah, I'm gonna Fonzie hit it like a jukebox.
Oh, that's so cool.
Okay, let's say strength saving throw.
Okay, finally something I can do. 9. Fuck me. All right, I'm going home, everybody. We're writing this one off. We are getting fired from this job. We are not doing well.
Damn. It's so brutal. Rex, you start wailing on the control panel and nothing's happening.
Hop, I think you might need to take control of this situation. DiCaprio's gonna say as she's like shooting heads from one direction to the next because she's like, I know I see that coin. I know it's not real, but I know I see that coin.
Okay, what do I have to roll for me to get in and see if I can start this thing?
Intelligence saving throw?
As Rex is starting to dent the fucking control panel.
17.
I almost want to end the episode there as you come over and just push the big on button, the clearly labeled on button. Because, I mean, the level now is activated, takes you where you want to go, and then we'll talk about that next time. That's it. I think that the episode is just everyone awkwardly standing around as Hop turns the fucking machine back on.